Cast Bigby's ham, because it's time for Crit Sandwich. Welcome to Crit Sandwich. On Crit Sandwich, four friends play 5th edition D&D loosely based on our favorite movies, TV shows, and video games. Each season, we randomly roll for new scenarios. This is episode 5 of campaign 7. Go back and start at any episode 1 or 0. For this, our 7th campaign, we are soldiers in a wizardocracy playing through the plot of Big Trouble in Little China. My name is Casey Sears. I'm playing Kurt Carpenter. To my left is Chuck Ventus.
What's going on? I'm the DM. That's
Yes.
what I'm playing.
Yeah, you are. Across the table from me, Robbie Ponder.
Hello, I am Carlos Delacruz, level 5 fighter, the Gunslinger. Yes, Gunslinger.
To my right is Matt Popich.
What up?
Who are you?
I am Gojimbo, the Paladin of the one that you don't want to be attacked. I don't know. I forget. I can look it up if we need.
The guy that's got awesome perception skills but is lacking in strength.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
Like, as a huge Loxodon, I'm just, like, weak as shit. Like, I think I've lost every roll involving my power. It's unfortunate.
Well, you did make a nice jump with your
Yeah.
Dumbo ears. I tell you what, that was awesome.
I got the ears going.
Yeah.
It's important for an elephant.
Chuck, what do you got for us today? What are we doing here? Where are we?
All right. So last we left off, you guys ensued in a battle with one of David's disciples in the library. You murdered him with the candlestick. So that's a
Oh.
stupid joke.
I was going to say, was that planned?
I get it now.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It took me a little bit.
Mhm.
But no, you guys got into a fight in the library, and basically, now he kind of killed himself almost, like with a huge explosion, and you guys finished him off in the end. And now you guys find yourselves standing in a huge cloud of smoke. You can see small flakes of charred parchment trickling down like confetti from the ceiling as you hear fire crackling in the proximity. You struggle to find your bearings. Overturned bookshelves and tables and shards of wood now cover the floor, as banners of David now lay draped over rubble on the ground, which can also be seen burning slowly to ash. As you turn to gather yourselves, you can hear a frantic voice chiming in over Gojimbo and Kurt's sending stone amulets over your necks.
My lord, I brought what you've requested. We have a situation. I understand you were bested in combat by 3 unworthy magic users. This will be the last time, do you understand? Yes, sir, but silence! Now, you will go to the prison chamber and keep watch over the prisoners. Do not disappoint me again. Yes, sir. If you do, you will be tortured alongside them. Understood, my lord. The ceremony will begin soon. I will message you when it's time. Now go.
And then you guys hear a whooshing sound similar to the dimension door that was cast before as you guys entered the library in the previous episode. What do you want to do?
The voice, is it the same, like the voice of one of the guys that we just killed? Is
Yeah,
it that
so
same guy? We
in the
recognize that
previous
voice?
episode, you heard David talking with one of his disciples. It's from the radio, or not the radio, but the amulet sending stone that your character, Robbie, you gave to the future Queen Maeve.
Yeah, I
and you're hearing
understand that, but that's not what I'm kind of asking. I'm asking, do we recognize the voice? Is it the same guy
is
that
it
we
the same
just
guy?
killed?
Yes,
Like, did
it's
he
the
just
same guy.
resurrect him?
Yeah, it's the
basically?
same
So
guy.
he was resurrected.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That is David talking to the mage that had just teleported with the book in the previous episode.
So not the guy we killed, the guy that was with the guy we killed.
That's correct. Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
'cause he
okay.
escaped.
Remember, there were two guys in the library when we went in there. One disappeared.
That one. Okay, I
And
understand
then-
now.
Yeah.
Okay. So David still has 2 disciples left.
Correct.
So there's a corpse laying in the room with us.
that is correct. Yes.
I'm gonna go to it. Can I search it?
Sure. If you want.
And I go and I search it.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
I'll help.
Advantage.
I don't
that
help.
ain't good. 5.
You don't really find anything on his person. He's just kind of His robes are slightly singed from the fire in the area, and he just kind of beat the shit. So you don't find anything on him.
Well, I
Five.
really
5 with advantage. Not how we want to start the session, boys.
yeah. I
No.
rolled a 4 and a 5 on both my dice. I don't really care. I'm gonna work my way. I'm gonna start pushing his corpse down that ramp into that hole.
Okay. So in the previous episode, after you defeated him, the ramp turned back into stairs. So you're just gonna like push him down the stairs or throw him down?
I was thinking it was a slide, but they turned back into steps. I'm not worried about it anymore.
I'm not saying you can't do it, but go for it.
No,
if you
that's
wanna
too
throw him
much
down there.
work. I was gonna push it down there if he could just slide down there, but I ain't worried about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
come on, Carlos. Let's stay focused. So if there's a prison, then do you think that is probably where the queen to be is?
Well, I believe that she must be with the king because she is the one that has the stone on her, correct?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. So yeah.
I
Hmm.
feel like there's a prison somewhere in here, or there's the place that has Maeve. I don't really connect that they're in the same area together, because I believe David said, I will send you to the prison with the other prisoners or something like that. So I feel it's 2 locations, not together.
Freeing the prisoners might give us an advantage. That might give us some allies.
I agree.
I would like to search the room for exits. Like, where can we go from here, basically?
Gotcha. Okay. So looking around the room, there's only one way. Are you like trying to like search for like a secret passage or something like that, or are we just trying to see if there's like a door somewhere in this room? Or
Yeah, I want to see if there's a door. Yeah, we'll start there.
okay, you don't see any doors. The only entrance or exit that you see is the stairs that you entered the library in from.
This seems like such a big complex. It does seem like there would maybe be something. So I would, at this point, then search.
Okay.
For something secret.
You can roll a investigation check, sir.
Let's hope it's better than Robbie's.
A 5.
Is anyone helping? Good job, team.
Yeah.
I just feel like
10. Fine.
I
So-
feel like if we help so
Oh,
much, I just feel like we're cheating on all our rolls.
So
Like I'm preoccupied right
Well,
now.
well, you're a team.
I should probably order you to
yeah.
help because I'm your boss, but whatever. I'll just do it myself. I got a 10.
I will say you do not find any secret passages or anything.
So while he's looking, I'm actually going to use a charge of my wand of secrets. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good point. Like there might be, it's a library. There's always sliding bookshelves and other such nonsense in all the books I've read. So the wand this is my second use of the wand of secrets.
Okay.
You can use an action to expend one of its charges, and if a secret door or trap is within 30 feet of me,
You don't have to roll on that or anything.
nope, it just
Okay.
points.
The northern portion of the room, you get a weird sense from your item that suggests that there is a secret passage behind the bookshelf.
Guys, over here, check this out. Because it's more like it's more like a little scanner device with a little screen and little antennae on it, and so it's like buzzing and whirring as it's pointing towards that door or towards that bookshelf. And I go up to it and start pulling on books and try to push it out of the way and just figure out how it works.
I assist.
So you're pulling on books and stuff. And,
Yeah, to see if
okay.
one's like a trigger
Yeah.
or pushing the bookshelf out of the
Gotcha,
way.
exactly. Yeah. So you pull on a few books. Some of them you just pull directly off of the shelf until you finally find a book that kind of tilts forward slightly but is locked in.
Mm-hmm.
The bookshelf pushes forward, slides to the left, and you see a kind of cavern-looking hallway that turns to the left.
Awesome.
Well done, little one. And I kind of like take a huge paw and like pat you on the head a little bit. And it's probably way heavier than you would have expected, like harder than necessary, but not on purpose. And I say, saddle up. We move forward to rescue the queen. And I'm going to lead the way down the cavern.
Sergeant, I am feeling a little bit out of breath from that last fight with that minion guy. What do we call the disciple of David? I'm feeling a little bit out of breath. I'm at 28 HP out of 50, by the way.
I'm at 29 out of 45.
Are you suggesting we take a moment to catch our breath?
A
Am I out?
short rest is like if you want to take like 15 minutes
A
to
hot
like
15?
roll some health or whatever, you may do that. Yeah.
Am I allowed to make suggestions to my superior sergeant?
Suggestions are welcome. And in this scenario, I accept. Let's take 15. All right, so I'm going to roll some HP dice.
Same.
I had to roll 2 to get back up to full health.
I rolled 2 as well. Back to max HP.
Nice. Get all your good rolls out of the way.
I had to roll 3.
I was limping when we went into this doorway, and I am no longer limping. Sergeant, that was a good 15 minutes. I got a nice drink of water. I'm ready to roll out.
Let's do it.
You guys travel down this secret passage that turns to the left slightly, and as you turn to the left, there is a set of stairs. You go down the stairs, and it ends up like leveling out, and then it kind of bends to the right. As you step through, you find yourself in a narrow chamber. You can see in front of you that it narrows to a small passage that looks like the area was basically non-existent before. It was like stone before, and it looks like something that someone basically like chiseled through. You can see rebar kind of coming through like concrete, little stumps of it like poking out the sides, and there is rebar laying on the ground in this passage. As you step forward slightly, you do go ahead and make perception checks for me.
20.
6 for Kurt.
22 for Carlos.
Carlos and Gojimbo, you guys hear two things. The first thing that you hear is you can hear screams coming from the direction opposite of you. And as you look forward through this like stone passage with the rebar, that does kind of turn to the left. You hear the screams coming from that direction. So you get the sense that you're heading in the right direction to some sort of prison torture chamber. But on top of that, you also hear two voices at the end of the hall, and they're kind of like not necessarily whispering, but it's kind of like echoing slightly to where you guys can hear the conversation. And you hear the following.
This is Carlos and Gojimbo.
Carlos and Gojimbo,
Okay.
yeah.
That's
So-
not what we heard.
What's up?
Nothing. You said you hear the following, and then Robbie talked.
Oh, got ya. It's not what you heard. All right, so you hear two voices. Oh, shit. Oh, that looked painful. Yeah, I might get sick. Not again, man. Look, we're going to get accepted here. You can't keep doing that shit. You're embarrassing me. You're right. I'll hold it down. Good. Oh, shit. Look, here goes another one. Woo! And you just hear, like, screams echoing again after he says that. What would you guys like to do?
So I get the impression they're hurting people down here, huh? I'm just going to sprint
I think they're giving him massages or something. Yeah.
Really hard, like the good stuff.
Yeah.
But you feel better
Deep
after.
rubs.
You know what? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dang it, you guys. I get the impression people are getting hurt. I'm going to sprint down there.
You're going to sprint forward?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just take off. I'm running.
So as you start to run forward through you're just running straight through.
Sure.
All right. As you run through the stone passage, you trigger a
Dang it.
trap. I'm going to need for you to make a dexterity saving throw. So as you run forward, all of a sudden, all the rebar that is on the ground, you trigger a spell of mending, which basically activates and reconnects all the rebar to the broken stumps. So it's going to create like a difficult passage for you to travel through now. And you're going to get pretty effed up here.
16.
Where's my fucking thing at?
You're looking for the one that has a 20 on it.
Thanks, Matt.
No.
I feel like a 16 I passed, right?
I don't know.
Don't forget you have a ring of evasion. Right?
I think you have to use that before I know the outcome.
When you fail a dexterity saving throw while wearing it,
Oh.
you can use your reaction to expend one of its charges to
Well-
succeed instead.
If I do fail it, Chuck, I'm using this.
You're failing. Yeah.
A 16 failed?
Yes, it failed.
All right, I'm using a charge.
Just fucking bolting down this hallway like, I don't know.
People are getting hurt. I gotta. I mean, I want
All
to
right.
help people. You know, I'm
You're
not
playing
gonna.
your character. It's cool.
All right, so half of 33.
Oh, 17.
Yeah.
17.
All right, so
describe.
yeah, so what's happening? So you guys are at the end of this staircase. You're looking forward into this stone passage where there are stumps of rebar that are poking through and rebar on the ground. And we just see Carlos just take off running because somebody's getting a good massage at the other end of this hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Just fucking with you, Robbie. Somebody's getting somebody's getting tortured at the end of this hallway, and he's doing the right thing, I guess, running forward to help. And as he does, he triggers a mending spell in the hallway. The rebar just like activates and reconnects to its broken stumps, and he gets kind of cut up as he travels through this hallway, and it's about 30 feet long. So I would say that you're about you make it to the end, but you get cut up since you used your ring of evasion to like successfully get through this hallway.
Okay, cool. So I got hit by it, and I
You got hit by it, but you get to the end, and there's about 15 feet, or no, I'm sorry, no, 30 feet in front of you there, where it turns around the left. And as you make it through, you just hear one of the voices go, "What the fuck?"
Now, did it like block us off? Like, did it?
So you two are at the other end. It
Yeah.
did not block you off, but it will
Okay.
create difficult terrain for you to kind of maneuver
Get over there?
through this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially you.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm
I would say
massive.
with Kurt, with you being
Mhm.
smaller, I'm gonna allow you to not
Okay.
deal with the difficult terrain. You should be able to like
Okay.
maneuver through this. But Gojimbo, with you being the size that you are,
Yeah.
it's going to be hard for you. You can't just like run straight through. You're going to kind of have to step over and
Right.
duck under a few things and stuff. So
I imagine, because I have Gracie too, I imagine for her it'd be difficult terrain.
yes,
Okay.
yeah. Difficult terrain, so it's 30 feet. So whatever your movement is, if you dash through, I guess with your movement, you can make it to the other side. But Carlos gets to the other end. You hear a voice say, "What the fuck?" And then you see basically what you guys saw in the first campaign where they were like followers of David. Two of these like thuggish people whip around the corner with rifles. Let's roll for initiative.
17 for Carlos.
9 for Gojimbo.
14 for Kurt.
Cool. Seems like I'm going to get to go first.
You are going to get to go first.
I feel terrible, but can I pee real quick? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
While you get set up.
Let's read a review.
Oh, man. Where's it
This
at,
is
Matt?
your
Pull it
chance.
up. Yeah, pull it up. I'm so...
Uh,
I have my phone
I'm
on
ready.
airplane mode. I can't.
Basically chugged a bunch of coffee this morning.
Well, Robbie, now that you have already activated the trap, what you did not want to do was just rush through there. You wanted to use the stumps to climb over top of or you could have inspected it a little bit more, but
There's a way through it without
there's a way
triggering the
through it
trap.
without triggering the trap. You use the stumps to kind of like just climb across.
Yeah, like a
then
monkey
you can
bars. Yeah.
Yeah, you can sneak up on the guys, but
I think if we would have sat there longer, we probably would have just sent Gracie in there like we did before.
yeah.
Matt, we read 3 reviews while you were gone.
Good. That's great, guys. Which 3 so I can keep track?
I don't know, but what's the name of the one guy? It's like Scoop, like Poop Sickle or something like that, or some weird name.
Sock cucker.
Sock Cucker?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Did you read any actually?
No, we did not. No, we were just
Yeah,
we were just fucking with you. So
Oh, well, I don't mind. All right. I'm good. Sorry.
all right, so we're rolling for initiative. Are we recording still?
Yeah, we
Okay,
never stop.
sorry. Carlos, Kurt, Gojimbo, and the bad guys, and actually Gracie is on the same turn as Kurt as well. So
So I get down to the end of this hallway that I got hit by this trap, and you said there's 2 guys. Can you describe that scene to me a little more?
yeah, you are on the other end of this rebar web hallway. You escape from the trap that was there, and as you get to the other side, you alert the guards at the other end, and they whip around the corner with their rifles drawn. And it's similar to the sympathizers of David that you saw at the GGTC. They're just kind of wearing these black kind of leather jerkins, and they have like these unique like little cog like glasses on their eyes and stuff. And they're drawing their weapons to get ready to attack you.
So they have firearms as well.
Yes. They're about 30 feet in front of you.
Okay. I am going to take a shot. Here's everything I'm going to do in my turn. I'm going to let you go ahead and know right now. So I'm going to attack the first guy, and I'm going to use one of my grit points to disarm him, and I will use my extra attack as well to shoot him again. And then the other guy, I'm going to use my action surge. I'm going to shoot him, and I'm going to use a grit point too to disarm him. So basically, I'm going to take 4 shots, and I'm going to try to disarm them both.
Okay. Let's start with the first shot.
All right, so I'm
Roll
gonna
to
have
hit.
my attack and my extra attack. My first attack is going to be my white die, and then my second one's going to be my brown.
So your first attack is the white die.
First attack is a 14,
Okay, so that's a miss.
and the second attack is a 27.
All right, so your first attack on... You're doing this on the 2 separate guys, correct?
One
on
we'll just
each
go
guy?
with the one guy first, and
Okay, I got... Because your action surge. Okay, so your first attack to try and disarm him, it does not hit. So your projectile just kind of whizzes right by him, but your second shot does connect with him. So go ahead and roll damage. Why are you smiling?
because I know what's going to be. Then one of the next questions is going to be, "What's my spell save DC?" And I'm trying to find it before Matt reads the review.
Oh.
No. I could tell you were well prepared for this
gosh.
turn. So
12 damage.
Okay. That hit him hard. I will just say that. So
So I'm going to use my grit point to disarm him.
So you're using your action surge, correct? Because you said your first shot you used your grit point. Can you do that on your second shot?
I can still. This is all my first turn without the action surge.
Okay, gotcha.
So disarming shot. When you make a firearm attack against a creature, you can expend 1 grit point on a hit. The creature takes damage and must succeed on a strength saving throw DC of 15, or drop 1 held object of your choice and have the object be pushed away 10 feet. 15 strength.
All right, I rolled a 12. And I'm just going to say that you just blow his hand off and he drops his gun.
I guess I am doing damage to him, but I don't want to shoot his hand off. Can I just shoot the gun?
Sure, you shoot the gun.
I'm going to give these guys a chance to surrender before I start
Okay,
messing their bodies up.
sounds good.
All right, so I'm going to action surge, and I'm going to try to disarm the other guy.
Okay.
Again, my white die is my first die.
All right,
24
that's a hit.
and an 18.
Both are hits.
19.
All right,
19 damage, and you must succeed on a strength saving throw of 15.
Okay, so this is just like thuggish guy. You describe your kill because these are like really weak dudes.
I was gonna say your action surge. It's kind of your big swing, but it's whatever. It's your character.
These are pretty weak guys. They're kind of like the dudes you fought. In
We fought them when we were level 1 or whatever.
The main culprit here was the trap that you triggered. But go ahead. So describe your kill, please. So,
Playing it safe.
No, I'll blow this guy's hand off. You know? Yeah, sure. The first guy I'll just disarm, and then the second one I'll just blow his hand off, and then he'll like, I'm bleeding, and then he'll pass out because of the blood loss. And then
Okay.
the second guy that's still alive, I'm gonna yell at him to drop down on his knees and put his hands over his head. Drop down on your knees and put your hands over your head.
and he just says, "Fuck you." And then it's Kurt's turn. So you're behind the rebarb on the opposite side.
And there's like a turn in the tunnel too, right?
Right. So we
At the
can't
end
see
where
shit.
those guys are. You can't you can kind of see what's going on, but
How far will my 25 movement get me?
that will get you. So it's that'll get you just to the other, or you're still in the rebar, but about 5 feet. So
Okay, so can I get to that corner and shoot around it with 25 movement or no?
you cannot now.
Okay, so I will.
You're so the rebar section is about 30 feet long.
Mhm.
So you will get about 5. You'll be within it. You'll still be like 5 feet inside there. So
So yeah, I'll just go in there and I guess ready in action. If something comes at me, Gracie will follow behind me.
Okay.
Her movement's a little slower, and also very slow because of the rebar. So
All
she'll
right.
dash, but only move like 15 feet.
and then next up is Gojimbo.
Yeah, pretty similar plan, actually. I'm going to yell, but just because we can't see around the corner and there's gunfire and yelling, I'm going to say, what's happening up there? And then awkwardly try and make my way through this rebar, probably misstep, and it looks terrible trying to Loxodon, trying to get around all this shit. So
All right. It is the thug's turn. So he's disarmed. He'll pick up his weapon. He'll turn and he will fire at Carlos. And I rolled a crit miss. So, which is awesome. I'm just going to say that he turns to fire towards you, but as he's doing it, he's still kind of reeling in pain, and he shoots the ceiling, and some rubble falls down and hits him in the fucking head and kills him.
Wow. Good combat, guys.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey.
So you're out of combat.
So the smoke's coming from my rifle, and there's a lot of moisture buildup on my rifle, and I twirl it really fast in my hands, and it creates a circle of smoke, and the dew buildup on my rifle just kind of splatters on the wall everywhere. And then I say, "It's all in the reflexes." It's nice of you guys to join up here. And then I say, "Oh," because I'm hurting a little bit.
Yes, it looks like you did the right thing as I see your gut bleeding from rebar all over you.
Well, I guess that kind of worked out. They weren't able to alarm anyone. And what's the room we're in now, where the two guys are?
So it just kind
Okay.
of whips around to the corner, and as it turns around the corner there, you see a door at the end, and it does have like a little. It's a metal door and has like a peephole slot in it. So you get the impression that they were like looking through this slot to like look into this room or look into the next room.
I'm too short to look through, but if someone else would like to.
I will.
I'm going to use my second wind, get HP back.
Dang.
You have a potion, too.
Yeah. Everything I get back,
I think you should use every expendable you have within the first 10
I
minutes.
get
of
it all
the-
back on a
Yeah.
short rest.
Right.
Mhm.
I'm going to use my healing potion.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know.
No,
You
I
don't have to.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
It makes sense to use something you get back first.
I would agree.
Use all your stuff, Robbie. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Makes it more difficult for the very end. So
Shut up.
what are you doing? You using a healing potion?
I'm going to use my second wind.
Second win. Okay.
Right.
I like it.
I don't know. Have you ever played like an RPG, like Final Fantasies or anything? I feel like you're using mega elixirs like on random trash mobs before you get to a boss. That's what I
You know, I didn't realize these were trash mobs until we got down here. Come on now.
think. All right. Well, I think it's fun to not tell you, like when the DM gives you, like, oh, these look like the guys you fought in the first episode.
Yeah.
I think it's funny to just let you.
Well, we'll just these prisoners are getting tortured down here. Carlos saved the day for these guys. And where were you? You were in a hallway getting your fat elephant butt through some rebar. All right, I was down here saving the day.
We'll see. I'm looking in there to let you know exactly what you did.
I put my hands over Gracie's ears as
Yeah.
mom and dad are fighting.
Here, Mom.
Well, this is all out of character, right?
That's true.
Okay. So Gojimbo, you look through the peephole. So as you look in, you see a huge cavern room that is basically like unknown in size. Directly kind of like in front of you, you see a smaller platform that leads to a bridge that extends about 60 feet and leads to another large platform. So this huge platform area, it is being held up by these cables that extend up into the ceiling, and you can't see where they go just because it's complete, like it's darkness in this cavern, basically. What little light that is in the room is being projected from this hard light beams that are shining down the railings of the platforms in the bridge and stuff. So, and when you look to the larger platform, you can see a 15 by 15 foot cage sitting directly in the center of the cage, and there are 3 hooded figures just kind of like sitting in a circle inside the cage. Outside of the cage on the platform, you see 2 torture devices at the very back corner of the platform. And there are what look to be 2 smaller shaped humanoids. They're gnome size, strapped to these contraptions. And there is a big hulking brute dude that is whipping the back of one of the gnomes. And you also see another, what looks like similar to the one mage that dimension doored out of the library. He is inside of this chamber as well, standing near the big brute thug.
Man, I wish.
Would you like to say something that you
Yeah.
wish you had done?
Things I wish I would have done, would not have done.
Yeah.
Sounds like this is the trouble
Yeah.
here. Huh?
Yes, I would agree.
Matt?
So I relay that information and say, We must act quickly. It appears that these people are being tortured. I know that our goal is the princess, but we cannot just leave these people to be tortured and killed. And I look over at Kurt and I say, I want to prepare you now, friend. They're gnomes.
Oh, man.
I want to silently basically come up with a plan where I say 1, 2, 3, and then we charge in to attack.
So you're like preparing action. So like as soon as you come in, you're going to do some stuff, or you want to try and sneak into the room to try and sneak up on them? What do you want to do?
Does it seem like it's sneaky?
Not really.
Yeah,
No.
it doesn't. It seems like it sounded like a big open cavern where there's
Yeah.
nothing really to hide behind or
Mhm.
anything.
So I would say that you can get partial cover behind so these railings and stuff that are there are like, it's solid structure that goes up about like waist high. So you'll get some cover from that. So,
Okay. How far away are these people?
I would say that they're about 90 feet.
Oh, cripes.
Because you're on this, when you go through this door, you're going to be on a smaller platform, and it's 60 feet to travel across the bridge.
So we have to basically travel straight across the bridge. What is to the left and right of the, like, can we fall off, or is that what you're saying? There's cover, like there's railings so that we can't like get pushed off, basically.
I drew a quick little picture or whatever. So you're going to come through a door, and there is a smaller platform that is here. There's a bridge that extends 60 feet to this large platform, and you see a cage in the center that's 15 by 15. There's hooded figures inside the cage, kind of sitting in a circle. You can't really tell who they are or what they are. And then there are torture devices in the corner. You got a big ass brute dude that is sitting here beating the shit out of a gnome. And then on the other side, kind of over here, is one of David's disciples that is standing near the other torture device.
All right, so
And
we
this
are in the
whole-
south.
This whole area, just real quick, this whole area is like a big ass cavern. You can't tell how big it is because it extends into darkness. And this whole thing is being held up by these cables that extend up into the ceiling.
Okay.
That you cannot see where they go or what's holding them up. So even the smaller platform, the bridge, the big thing as well is being held up. So
Okay.
Do you guys remember your SWAT training? Let's breach this shit.
Yeah, I want to basically. All right, so now that we know kind of a little bit more, I want to take my big shield and put it up in front of me, and I want the other two to stay behind me, and we're just going to charge across the bridge.
We'll perform an echelon left formation.
Let's go. And I open the door and put my shield in front, and I run forward.
okay, so you guys burst through the door. We see Gojimbo plowing through with his shield drawn to provide cover. And you guys come in guns a-blazing, and it does alert the mage and the big hulking brute, and they whip around. Let's roll for initiative.
13 for Gojimbo.
12 for Kurt.
16 for Carlos.
Well, guess what, guys? You get to go first again. So the order is going to be slightly different. Carlos, you're going to be first, followed by Gojimbo, Kurt, and Gracie, and then the baddies.
I'm just gonna delay my turn after go Jimbo go first because he runs in first, and then I'm gonna run behind him. So I'm gonna let him go first. I will delay my turn for right now.
Okay, so that's actually a permanent delay, or you can ready an action.
It'll be a permanent. It's fine.
Okay, and I think that's wise. I just want to make sure.
Okay.
So I'm going to charge ahead 60 feet. Again, shield still directly in front of me to try and protect myself and my teammates.
Okay, so I will say that with the smaller platforms so you're dashing ahead?
Yeah.
Correct? Okay, so you're plowing through 30 feet. The smaller platform's about 30 feet just to get to the bridge, and then the bridge is 60 feet, so you're about halfway across the bridge.
Okay.
And then you guys are following suit.
I thought the bridge was 60 feet long. Is it?
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Mhm. So you said that
There's a
Gojimbo
smaller
is
platform.
halfway?
The
There's
smaller
a first platform.
The first platform
Yeah.
that you walk through the
Oh,
door.
so he's in the middle of the bridge.
You're in the middle of the bridge,
Okay.
yes.
Right.
Yeah, I would do the same thing. I will use my action to increase my movement, and I'm right behind Gojimbo and his shield.
And the bad guys are about 120 feet away, right?
I would say they're about from where you are at the middle of the bridge, correct? Or from the smaller platform?
I can't move as fast as everyone else.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I would say that they're about Yeah, about 120 feet away from that door to like get in. So
Okay, so I can have Gracie shoot.
you could have Gracie shoot. Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
All right, so is it my turn?
It is your turn, sir.
All right, so Gracie's going to go in about 15 feet. You know what? Aim at the wizard.
Okay.
With the Force Ballista Cannon. That is a critical miss.
Hey.
Oh. He's standing next to one of those torture things. I'm going to have you roll.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have you roll a d20. And if it is a 10 or lower, Gracie's going to shoot the torture device that one of the gnomes is on.
17.
All right, so just misses. You see this huge ballistic bolt just like fly straight past, almost hitting the torture device that the gnome is on, but the gnome is still somewhat safe.
Acquire the target, Gracie. And I'm going to dash 50 feet in, so I'm just 10 feet behind our shielded friend.
Okay. All right. So it's the bad guy's turn now. So seeing that huge ballistic bolt go past, you see the mage clench his fist. He's going to cast mage armor on himself. So you just see this hard, light red armor just kind of form around his body. And he's going to kind of move slightly behind the cage section. And then next to go will be the hulking brute. He's going to turn towards the gnome, rip him off of the torture device chamber, and then kind of hold him by the throat and start to move in your direction.
Hey.
So he'll move about 30 feet, and he is close to the end of the platform at the end of the bridge where you guys stand holding a gnome. And it is Gojimbo's turn.
I will move up 30 feet to
Okay.
get me to the end of the bridge. What is below us?
You can't see below you. It's just darkness.
Okay, so we think it's some sort of a drop, basically?
Yes, you would get the impression that it is just like a drop.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and, again, with my shield in front of me, I'm going to cast Bless on the team. And then I'm going to cast it at a level 2. I'm going to cast it at level 1. I'm going to kind of just raise my shield up in front of me, and it's going to glow white a little bit. And the three of us, whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number to the attack roll or the saving throw.
All right. Sounds good. So you get to the end of the bridge.
Mhm.
You want to run right up to this? You can make it to the guy.
So no, I'm
With
at
the
the
gnome.
mouth of the bridge and then I put the shield like right in front of it.
Right in front.
So like basically everything behind me should be pretty well protected.
All right. And it is Carlos's turn.
So you're planting your shield for us to come behind you still?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like basically you should be able to fire from behind it and get cover if you want it. I mean, you could go by me if you wanted to, but I'm trying to use tactics.
Yeah. But then I'm going to be in melee range if I go up with you.
That's probably true.
But-
which is why I would stay behind me if I was you. But hey,
Stay behind you like where I'm at right now is what you're saying? Or like come behind your shield? Because
if you can shoot them, but they have trouble shooting you, I consider that a benefit in my mind. But
what kind of weapons these guys have? So one guy has a whip. They don't have any. I mean, the other one's a mage. So I'm assuming he's going to shoot.
The big brute guy he has like a whip on him, but he put his whip to his side, and he's walking forward towards you holding a gnome by the throat.
Mhm.
And you can hear the gnome whimpering like
I'm going to shoot the mage.
You shoot the mage. Okay, the mage is is behind the cage area where now you can see through the cage and see the mage back there, but it will be at disadvantage to try and hit him because he's behind a cage area and there are what you would assume are civilians sitting in the center of the cage.
Sounds like a difficult shot.
Oh, God damn it.
I will do it.
All right.
With my bless. 23. 23?
That's with disadvantage?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it's a hit. You're going to hit the mage.
Here's my second shot for my extra attack. Yeah, that one's gonna hit. I don't have to do the math on that. 21 damage.
21 damage. All right, yeah. So you just you see some of your projectiles kind of making contact with this hard light armor through the cage as they whiz past the cage, and you can kind of see him spark off of his armor. So you definitely make some contact.
Gojimbo, I assume, is in the middle. I will go up there, and I assume the mage is in the top right portion of the way I'm looking, correct?
The mage is kind of centered behind the cage in the very center of the platform.
Okay, as I make these shots, I will sidestep to the left some.
Okay.
And I want to be like kind of 15 feet away from the bottom and 15 feet away from the left side. So that would put me kind of like in the middle of the left side, bottom left side. Does that make sense?
Okay. So you're going to walk past Gojimbo to move on.
I thought you moved 30 feet up. You moved 30. So I'm only going to move 15 feet up.
Okay, so you're still on the bridge then.
Yes, he would still be on the bridge if he's
Yes.
only moving 15 feet.
I'll be behind Gojimbo.
Smart move.
Yeah. I
Tactics.
thought I wasn't on the bridge
So-
anymore, so sorry.
Yeah, you're on the bridge.
No, you're still
I'm
on the bridge.
I'm at like the very edge of the bridge.
You're a range fighter, right? You shoot stuff from a distance. You don't run
That's my understanding.
guns and blade. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up is Kurt.
So I yell at Gracie, don't take the shot because of the gnome and of that wizard being behind the cage. It just seems too risky. So Gracie's going to dash forward about 30 feet, now 45 feet into the room. I'm going to move forward 25 feet. And as I'm doing so, I'm going to take a little flask from one of my pouches and I'm going to jam it into, it's got like a black goo in it. I'm going to jam it into the back of my repeating pistol and then aim as it spins. It just shoots this black blob of grease right at the feet of the big guy. And
Okay.
so he needs to make a dexterity saving throw or fall down. Let go of that gnome. So I'm hoping he'll trip and fall and drop the gnome.
What was the save for it? I wrote an 18.
14 is the
18.
spell save DC, so he's still up.
So
Okay.
it's just like a greasy, it's like grease basically.
Yeah, it
that
is.
shoots
just
out.
the spell
Okay.
grease.
So you
Yep,
see like
exactly.
this greasy material just fly at the feet of this huge brute. He just still kind of just like stands there. It doesn't affect him at all.
And so anyone that enters it or ends their turn in the 10-foot square of grease has to make a dexterity saving throw or fall prone.
How far away was this guy from me?
About 15 feet away from
Okay,
you.
so it's not really on me.
not on you yet.
Okay.
But you could push them into it and stuff like
Yeah.
that too. So
Okay.
whenever someone enters it, they have to make a check.
Cool. I'm actually good at pushing stuff.
Yeah.
Well, in theory.
So the mage whips around the corner of the cage, and he's going to cast magic missile towards the thing up front, which would be Gojimbo, because you can just see like this huge shield up front.
Yep.
It's just an automatic
just-
hit.
Magic
correct?
missile
Yeah.
is
So-
just a hit. It
yeah,
just
so
literally
you just see
like
these darts just like even
Yeah.
with the shield in front, you just see these darts just kind of whiz around, come around
Yeah.
the side.
they're
of
like
the,
homing missiles around.
Yeah. So
they're-
he's going to cast that at a 3rd level.
Your type of paladin doesn't have shield?
the spell. No,
Yeah.
that would be epic though.
Heck yeah. I was really hoping he was going to aim them at me.
He's going to do 16 damage to you, Matt.
Very nice.
Or you see these magical darts just fling from his fingers, and they whip around Gojimbo's shield and puncture him in his ears. And
Punctured my ears.
yeah, just I
Son
don't
of
know.
a-
You're huge. You got big. Don't you have big Dumbo ears?
I
don't know.
do. Of course I do.
Oh, man. Your ears are
It's
getting
coming
messed
around the
up.
side. I don't know.
And don't forget about your eyeball either.
So and then after he does that, he steps back behind the cage again, and then it is the big hulking brute, and you just see him just start to charge and rush towards your shield, or your protective barrier at the end of the bridge,
Mhm.
and he's going to try and plow through you. This is a strength contest against you. For some reason in my mind, I'm thinking Gears of War, that you're just like planting this shield
Yeah.
on the ground.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
but he's just going to run up and try and knock your shield down and plow into you guys. So,
Okay. So strength contest.
yeah, strength contest.
So if
against
I'm
you.
there and I'm kind of like leaning on the shield too, am I going to like be involved? Is Carlos going to be involved in this role?
No.
I was about to say, depends if he gets through.
So I rolled a 14 plus a 2 plus for my strength save for bless, and then plus 5 athletics. So 14, 21.
All right, so yeah, you best him. He does not get past the shield, so he does not knock it down, which is what he wanted to do. So it is him standing on the opposite side of your shield, and you are on the other side with your companion friends behind you. And he is just going to reach over the top with the gnome in his hand and attack you with the gnome.
I figured that's what was going on.
So he's like beating you with this gnome.
As
on
I win
other
the strength
side.
contest, I
Yeah.
kind of imagine it kind of like 300, where like they're all like. So I'm like, hold the line.
Yeah. So he rolled a 23.
It's a hit.
We will surely fight in the shade as the gnome comes above us.
12 damage to you. And you just hear the gnome going, "Ah, ah," as he is reaching over the top of the shield and just beating you with him. And next up is Gojimbo.
Alrighty. I will actually cast a spell on him.
You guy does spells? I'm just
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Hold Person.
Oh.
So he needs to make a DC 13 save.
rolled a 19, sir.
Well done.
I'm back, baby. I'm
You
back.
are
Rude.
And then after my spell fails,
He goes with his trumpet as he's mad.
I'm going to use a bonus action. I've got something called the Shield Master Shove. I can use a bonus action to shove a creature within 5 feet with my shield. So I'm kind of like
So it's like the
putting my
Spartan
shoulder
push, like
into,
you're
yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Okay.
It's like the Spartan push. So I'm gonna like put my shoulder into my shield and like charge forward. Basically, it's no damage, but it shoves him back into the grease.
Okay, perfect. And then I don't need to roll or anything. This is just an automatic.
It says try to shove, but it doesn't actually give any more or like description than that. So I would assume it's gonna be a strength check.
Okay, we'll do a strength check on it then. I got a 16.
I got a 17 plus bless.
Okay.
Another 4 spot plus 5 with it, which is athletics. So I'm gonna say I probably passed.
Okay, perfect. So you do your Spartan push towards this big hulking brute and push him back into the grease that was provided by Gracie. And you just see him just fly backwards and just kind of like slip, and he falls prone, correct?
So he has to make a DC 14 dexterity check to see if he falls.
So he slides back into this grease, and he does not fall, but you kind of see him like you're on ice or something like that, just kind of like try to correct himself, and he's still standing there. But he does not fall prone.
Worth a shot, boys.
All right,
yeah,
then-
no, that was good.
So just to be fair, it hasn't affected anything so far. But Matt, did you do your concentration save?
I did not.
It hasn't affected anything because we've been rolling high. Since
for
you've been
bless?
hit. Yeah.
I got a 15.
So you're good.
Hmm?
All right. So next up is Carlos. Carlos Delacruz.
It's a dexterity save in the grease.
Whenever he enters it for the first time or finishes his turn on it, so even if you knock him further into the grease, he won't have to make another check.
I want to get that gnome away from him. That's what I want. I
Yeah,
want to
same.
go up there and grapple the gnome.
So you already hit the mage. I was thinking you'd keep focus firing. I don't know. I'm just trying to. I don't know.
Yeah, I know, but I would also like to save a gnome in the process.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll kill a gnome. You know, you won't be able to save him.
Well, you're making a decision.
Wait, I already know what I'm going to do. I already know what I'm going to do. All right? Don't you be reading any shit right now. Chuck, I'm going to charge in, and I would take the dexterity. I'm going to try to grapple the gnome and pull away the gnome from this guy. So I'm going into the grease.
So you're going past me.
running past.
Yep.
Out of rank, past.
Oh, well, now it sounds
Gojimbo.
stupid that I'm fucking moving
No,
forward.
no,
All right, I'll shoot the mage.
Nope. You're sticking with your move. Sorry.
All
I'm
right.
holding you
all
to
right.
it. You took too long to decide what you're doing. You're running past Gojimbo.
I
You're running up to the big hulking thug dude.
I don't
know why
want
I
around the
tried.
shield. I will
Rip.
climb up the fucking shield and I will jump over the shield onto the big guy to grab the gnome and grapple the gnome away from the guy.
Okay.
I'm climbing up the shield.
It's a strength contest.
But
against this
I got to
dude.
do my dex save first. I feel to see if I go prone.
Well, you're
'Cause
yeah,
it's
you're
gonna-
in. Okay, that's
it's-
true.
it's
You're
gonna-
entering the
it's-
grease. Let's
yeah.
be fair about this. So
Don't forget your D4 for bless.
I'm like,
This is going to be
I kinda
hilarious
hope
when you face
fucking
plant.
fall. Yeah.
Get right off the edge.
oh shit! It's a 3.
Oh,
3
God.
plus 1, 4.
Yeah, not enough.
Is
So
it
you just-
it's dexterity? 4, 5, 6, 7.
I don't think it's gonna be enough, right?
A 9
14.
total.
Yeah,
14's the
14
DC.
was the save. So you just see Carlos break ranks,
Run
jump,
right past me.
climb over the top of Gojimbo's shield, run forward like he's hero of the day, and he's running straight towards the brute, and he just like slips on the grease and just goes sliding between his legs, now between the brute and the cage area.
So you're just prone. That doesn't mean you can't like fire
Yeah,
from your
Turn
back.
and shoot.
Yeah.
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 Make
so,
it look like you meant to do that.
Yeah, I meant to do that. If I slide between his legs, then I point my rifle backwards and I shoot him in the butt.
Okay. Is it a disadvantage because you're so close, or
Not because I have the sharpshooter.
I mean,
but I feel it's disadvantage because you're
it's
prone,
disadvantage because you're? I would say
No,
you're
prone is a
disadvantage.
good thing, but sliding, I would call it disadvantage if I was
yeah,
DM.
you're going to be a
Prone
disadvantage
is not a bad
because
thing, but sliding and flipping around backwards
Yeah.
while trying to shoot
this is going to be a disadvantage just because this is not what you intended to do.
I make it look like this is what I wanted to do, though, to my companions.
Well, let's see if
you got
you hit or
plus
not.
11. You'll
You-
be fine.
did
yeah,
great.
I know, right?
And you're doing this with a sniper rifle,
22,
like a pistol, like
23.
Yeah, so you're going to get a shot off.
23,
on
that's
this
my
guy.
first one. Here's my
So-
extra attack. 25 for my second attack.
That's a hit.
17 damage on the big guy. Gotta hit him in the soft spot.
All right, so you see Carlos slide forward on the grease, taking some shots towards the thug's legs, and does a little bit of damage to him. All right, next up is Kurt.
All right. So Gracie's going to keep moving forward. Again, I don't think she has a good shot on either of them, and I don't want her to send that big guy flying if he's still holding on to the gnome.
mm-hmm.
And the wizard's still behind the cage, right?
The wizard is still behind the cage. Yes.
But I can shoot. I have sharpshooter, so I can ignore his cover.
The mage.
Yeah.
I would say yeah.
that's
you
what
can.
sharpshooter is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So I am going to run up the back of Gojimbo and stand on his shoulders and fire 2 shots at that mage.
All right, roll to hit.
All right, we got a crit
Ooh.
and a 23.
Very nice.
Both are hits. Roll for crit sandwich.
Is the mage
Sir.
still behind the thing?
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
I had disadvantage when I shot him.
You don't have. Do you have sharpshooter?
He does.
I do.
Well,
Oh,
then
I didn't know
Should
that.
I have rolled
so-
with disadvantage or?
I guess, yeah, since we had Robbie do it, I didn't understand that he had the sharpshooter before, so we'll just keep it. Yeah, because I would say sharpshooter, you're trying to shoot past like civilians and also the big hulking brute guys in front
So
of you
that
as well.
first one I did roll twice. Should I just take the lowest one of those 2 rolls?
Yeah, just take the lowest. I'll say that.
Okay, so it's not a crit, but it's
not
still
a crit, but
23.
it's a hit.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
19 is my second shot. Does that second shot hit?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Go for it. Sorry. I thought that was a damage. That is a hit. Yeah, go
Yeah,
for it.
19 was the second shot. So I've hit him
Both
twice.
hit. Yep.
So each shot hits him for 9 damage each, so that's 18 damage.
Nice.
And then I'll run up the back and I'll pop off 2 shots, and then I'll just like drop right down in front of the shield, almost like between his arms and the shield. And so I'll use the shield as full cover.
Okay.
Like kind of hiding out by Matt's ankles.
And 300, isn't there like a guy that broke rank in 300?
I think he
And
died,
die-
right?
And then he dies. So we're there with Matt's shield, and I'm like the only one that broke rank, and I'm laying prone.
So next up is the mage. So you see him step over to the side of the cage again, and he raises his hands in the air. And then he brings his hands down and points his fingers towards Gojimbo. He is going to cast Fireball on your area.
I figured.
Would that grease be flammable?
Well, you're not in the grease. Oh, wait.
Oh, I'm not, but he is. The dude is, and it's like a 20-foot radius, isn't it? Fireball.
So he's casting it kind of like back on the bridge section. He's
Oh,
trying not
behind
to,
us?
Yeah.
Okay. So it wouldn't
So-
hit Carlos then.
It's going to hit Kurt and
Yeah.
Gojimbo
And probably Gracie too.
and Gracie. Yeah. So he's going to cast Fireball on you guys.
Do not forget your D4.
So I need for you all to make dexterity saving throws.
Kurt got a 25. Gracie got a 1.
Gojimbo got an 18. And I need to know if that's a pass or not, because I have a skill.
That is a DC spell is 14.
All
So
right.
you guys are going to pass that. Yeah.
So I'm going to use what's called Shield Master's Evasion. This is one of my feats. So if an effect allows half damage on a success, you can use your reaction to take no damage. So I like quickly flip. I see the ball like going overhead to hit behind us, and I like quickly flip around and put the shield on the other side to
Okay.
like block the entire blast against me. So I take no damage.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's half of 37 for Kurt. And then Gracie, what does she get?
Gracie is toast.
So Gracie just gets obliterated by this huge, massive fireball that just comes from this mage. Gojimbo very smartly raises his shield above his head to block himself from the fire. And then Kurt does some quick maneuvering, gets singed a little bit, but he's still okay.
17 is not a little bit. That's a lot.
Yeah, I still got pretty toasted. Gracie!
We have a fallen hero,
Indeed.
a robot.
Casualty.
Next, we have the hulking brute. He is right next to Carlos. He is going to just like wail on you since you're on the ground. This is going to be with advantage against you, sir.
And what's he hitting me with?
The gnome.
As he hits me, I say, "Oh no!"
Wow. Okay. I just rolled for the first attack. I rolled 2 1s.
Wow.
Whoa.
So
I say, "Oh no!" Yes.
he's going to like reel back with the gnome. The gnome's going to slip out of his hands and just like plop to the floor between him, Gojimbo, and Kurt. But he is going to come down on you again with his second attack and try to hit you. And I rolled a crit.
And this is a fist.
Yeah, it's his fist. He's a big dude, though.
Yeah, what is he? You've just said big over. Is he a human, orc, or what are we looking at here?
He's like a big hulking like brute dude. So think of like
What kind of race?
Yeah.
Think of
I'm
like-
kind of thinking of Astaroth.
It's got to
from,
be human.
Soul Calibur.
he is a human. Yes,
Yeah.
that is
All right,
correct.
thank
But
you,
I would
that's all.
say like think of like a big like not like the Hulk or anything, but like small, like a little bit smaller than the Hulk. So he just doesn't look normal. I would say,
He's
hey, how about-
mutated.
yeah, he's mutated, kind of. He's just like a big fucking muscular dude.
Okay.
And he's going to do.
for fists. You just do your strength check.
No,
Yeah. Not for
Sorry.
monsters.
Oh,
You don't
okay.
roll d8s or
not
whatever
for
you roll.
monsters.
He's going to do 15 damage to you, sir. He's just pounding on you with his fist.
I assume he punched me in my head.
And it is Gojimbo's turn.
I'm going to try another spell on him. This will be my last level. In fact, my last spell at all. I'm going to cast Command, and I'm going to point to the edge.
Actually, at the end of his turn, if he's still in the grease, he has to make a dexterity saving throw first.
Okay. For an 18.
Okay.
So he's still standing.
All right, good. That got his good roll out of the way. I'm going to point toward the edge of the platform, and I'm going to say, jump.
What am I rolling here? It's a
D20.
save?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a 3.
So he has to follow my one-word command. He has to use his reaction to jump off the ledge.
Okay. So you just see him kind of, so on his next turn, he just like, does he do this on your turn or on
He
his
does it
turn?
on my, here, let me read the rules. You're right. You speak a one-word command to a creature. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn.
You just kind of see him beating down on Carlos, and then he just kind of stands up straight and just kind of stands there after Gojimbo gives the command jump. And it is Carlos's turn.
I am prone. I stand up. I just kind of look around and I realized how awesome I am. This gnome just got slippery released like I wanted, and now this guy is just walking away from me, and I'm just like, heck yeah, I'm fucking so awesome. And I take 2 shots at the wizard, the mage.
Okay. So are you going to swing around the side of the cage so that you can see him, or are you going to shoot through the cage again? Do you want to take another difficult shot?
What are the rules about this grease on the ground, Casey? Do like if I end my turn in it, so
Yep.
I have to move
Correct.
out of it.
Yes, you'd have to move out of it, or you'd take a risk of falling again.
Okay, so I move out of it then. I will move out of it.
All right.
But I've already used 15 feet of my movement when I stand up. So the grease is 10 feet wide, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm 5 feet away out of the grease, and do I still have
Okay.
disadvantage?
I would say that you have just enough of an angle where you can see the mage and you can shoot him. And the Hulking Brute doesn't do anything to you because he's under a spell, so he's not going to swing and attack you.
Okay. I'll see if I'll test this out on you guys, see if it's funny or not.
Oh, jeez. Gosh.
So after I do that, then I take my sniper rifle and I just go ahead and I put the projectile end of the rifle to the ground, and then the butt of the rifle I'll stick to my forehead, and I will run in 3 circles around my rifle, make myself dizzy, and then I will take the shot at the wizard, for I have disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay.
Seems strange for the situation.
Are you talking about like the Homer spin, like where he lays on the floor and just like
I
moves his
think
feet
it's
and
like
spins in a circle?
you like put a bat, like those
Yeah,
things
the
they do at, like
baseball-
children parties. You put a baseball bat
Okay,
on the
yeah.
ground. You
And then you
put
gotta
your nose
pin
to it,
the
you spin
tail on
around.
the
You got to
donkey.
try and
Gotcha. Something.
run to some pin the tail on the donkey kind of situation here.
Okay.
Why would you do this in this situation?
Just got to make the shot more difficult, you know?
Okay. Carlos has an obsession, an addiction to making shots as difficult as possible. So yeah, you can do that, Robbie. It is a disadvantage.
All right. You guys, what's funny or no? Should I leave it in there?
It's too late.
Do it.
No, it's not funny.
It's a bad idea, but sure.
Doesn't make sense to the game, but whatever, it's fine.
If you roll terrible, you will kill someone.
Sarge, what's wrong with Carlos? I think Delacruz might have lost it.
6 plus 11 is 17.
So you try and shoot the wizard, and you just see him whip his hand in the air and create a shield, an invisible barrier between you and him, and it is a miss.
So it would have hit him, but he did like a shield, I guess.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But you missed the shot. So.
Carlos blames himself for it. He doesn't know any better. Here's my extra attack.
Sarge, did you accidentally cast command on Delacruz too?
I'm thinking I'm gonna send him in to the psychiatrist when we
All
get
right.
back.
Robbie just showed me his roll. He rolled a 1. All right. So Carlos takes his next shot and kills one of the hooded figures in the cage. Sorry, Robbie.
Good stuff.
You shoot him in the head, they fall over flat on the floor. And you see the other 2 just kind of scurry back against the edge of the cage. Kurt, it's your turn.
Delacruz, what the hell are you doing? And I'm going to take 2 shots at the wizard through the cage, so at disadvantage.
Sorry, Robbie. I would have had you do a roll of 20 like Kurt, but the fact that you did your little spinning tactic, I just wanted to punish you. So
Spin move.
I was a hero. Now I'm a 0.
15 for the first shot.
I think
who's
shield
this
holds,
against? I'm
yeah,
sorry.
the
Against the
wizard,
wizard.
so.
The wizard. That is a hit.
Doesn't he still have shield up? I think it lasts a whole round.
Oh, does it? Oh, then it's a miss. Sorry.
All right, I will fire again. I also rolled a 1. Plus bless, so 3.
Okay. So it's not.
Well, Robbie had bless.
Oh, yeah.
So if we're this is
Go ahead and roll a d20, Casey.
You're trying to give extra stuff to Casey and
I
not
rolled
me.
a
What's up
6.
with that?
Roll a 6. All right. You kill a civilian.
Christ. This is
Jesus.
why, guys.
No, I don't feel so bad, but I mean,
so
I still
you
feel
see
bad.
the
but I don't
second
feel
hooded
as
figure fall to the floor, and there's one hooded figure inside of the cage.
All right.
Yeah, I feel real bad about shooting through that cage now.
Honestly, you guys might have just fucked up Gojimbo because Gojimbo's whole shit is like we protect people. And, like at this point, this
there's-
is some sort of hell for
There's
Gojimbo.
2 gnomes. There's a gnome on the floor in front of you guys. There's one still strapped to the contraption in the back, and there's a hooded figure in the cage area.
I think it's the big guy's turn.
Oh, it is the bit. It is.
And he has
the,
to use
his
the
turn
actually,
to-
so Kurt went. Sorry, it is actually the mage's turn.
Oh yeah.
So you were going to see him. He's going to let out a cackle. Just And then he is going to shoot a magic missile in the direction of Gojimbo again. So you are just going to see
Mhm.
4 darts fly in your direction. He's going to extend his hand, shoot 4 darts, and try and attack you with magic missile.
There's no try. It hits.
He's going to hit you.
I told you that.
I know. 12 damage.
'Kay.
And then the hulking brute just was standing there before. He
Mhm.
just walks to the edge and just like jumps over the edge. And you just see him disappear into the darkness. And now it is Gojimbo's turn.
Like for real, Gojimbo's like as the commanding officer and his own people are literally just killing civilians left and right. That's like literally I'm trying to decide what to do because Gojimbo at this point would probably consider the mission a failure no matter what actually happens. Because he's like protecting life is his goal. Out of spell slots, I think kind of like just blank-eyed, he's gonna stand up and go toward the mage. I don't know. I think I'm too far away to actually do anything.
You could probably get right up on the mage.
Okay,
He's
so
up
I'll do
behind the
that.
cage, so you can run up towards him because you're at the end of the bridge.
Okay, so I'm gonna go up toward him and I guess try to attack him.
Don't forget to do your concentration roll from the magic missiles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll the 13, so that's a pass.
For each magic missile.
No, just
I'm not sure that's
I'm
accurate.
just messing.
26
that's a hit.
and miss 12 or something.
First one's a hit. Second one's a miss.
9 damage. And again,
Okay.
it looks like kind of half-hearted. Like normally he's like he would have been war trumpeting and shit, but he's
A very depressed Gojimbo
yeah,
because civilians are being killed.
indeed.
Carlos, you're next up. You gonna spin around your gun again?
No. The civilians that were shot, they're in the middle cage or they're in the cage next to the mage.
Middle.
Middle
Cage.
Mm.
Can I go to the middle cage and I assume it's locked?
It's locked. It's bolted with a lock on there.
Is any of the 2 that got shot, are they close enough like I can grab their bodies and move them closer for me to give them a healing potion?
So you can reach through the cage if you want.
And can I reach one of the bodies? That's what and pull because I want to pull them closer to give them a
so
healing
you're trying to
potion.
reach in there. I would no, because they were huddled in the center portion. So I would say that you're not close enough to like reach in there right now.
Okay, so I walk to the cage. I realize I can't reach any of them. So then I will walk to not have disadvantage when I shoot the mage.
Okay, good idea.
And then I will take my 2 shots. My white die is my first shot. 17 on my first shot.
That's a hit.
22, 26 on my second shot.
And that's a hit as well.
14 damage.
But he is like reeling. You can see that he is visibly in some pain. And it is Kurt's turn.
With 25 feet of movement, can I get into a clear shot?
You can.
Okay, so I'm going to do that. 21 on the first shot.
The hit.
21 on the second shot.
Both hit.
16 total piercing damage.
All right. He is just barely alive. I would do a Bane voice because it fits the moment, but I'm not going to. And he'll say, I broke you. You see the mage look in your direction, Carlos, and just let out a laugh. And he points to the edge, and he casts the spell Suggestion. Jump.
Thank you so much for listening to this week's Crit Sandwich. I hope you had a nice time. I know we're all bated breath to hear if what's going to happen in this next episode. I'd like to congratulate Robbie and an excellent job of not taking too long on any of his turns, so I did not have the opportunity to read a review, which I'll be doing right now. I'd like to say thank you to Killing on Empty, the L's replaced by ones. He says, he or she says, my favorite D&D podcast. My coworkers must think I'm insane when I burst out laughing randomly. You guys are great. Please keep more episodes coming. P.S. Never change Robbie. Which I vote, if we have a t-shirt made at some point, is our t-shirt. I don't know. In any case, thank you so much for the review, and we will see you guys next week.